Yeah, and now we're jumping into the first game of the wild card stage. It's gonna be KBG going up against S2G.
Interesting skirmish already at the start of the game. I'm definitely going to be putting my eyes onto the emblems first here. And this gives me the war cry, by the way, for Sigibum. And for the other side, LMU Impure Rage. We've been seeing a whole lot more Impure Rage nowadays. A little bit of an early invade for KBG, getting them in the lead and utilizing that clear speed of the Nolan. Even in the bottom lane, Wawa actually winning out against Sigibum here. And that's not really a good look for the Roger. This is a winning matchup for the Roger. And it does seem like for KBG, they want to continue with this pace. Already invading again, trying to go for the steal. And I think he did get it. Gets a two-man Jeet Kune Do. And with that range, the additional speed, Saksa jumps into the back line, doesn't have the fracture, but will be able to chase Begin straight up first blood in the enemy jungle.
Yeah, and now this is where Keep Best Gaming are gonna start the snowball. Sigibum, I feel like he's having a hard time trying to proc the war cry. Like, he has full proc there, but he's not going for the trade.
Okay, getting pulled back, and KBG continue again as 2 kills on the board up against the Group A favorites.
America, we talked about it. The more we say about one team, the opposite will happen. And we're seeing a showcase here. Keep Best Gaming having 2 kills over S2G, and now they have Prio on the turtle. Looks like they're going to get it for free. So now in terms of the goal lead, they're going to snowball a lot. And I got to talk about the Impure Rage on this Paramis. It's amazing for a lineup of S2G because now it deals on, and then maybe they can do something about it because for now, S2G is losing all the lanes, but they're rushing this turtle.
We'll try to get it now with the Fredrin. Traces goes into Jeet Kune Do, gets out with the Shunfu as well. Now Karo has the final round, but that's going to be penalty zone, locking him down with his way. The Dragon actually brings them back all the way to damage for destruction as well, and that's going to be a steal for Saksa. Begin getting knocked up, and now straight into the collapse of KBG. 7-1. That's a good Shadow Stampede to bring Kazoo out of the turret as KBG continue this straight into the mid lane, giving Wawa all of the hits as Tracy zones him in the back.
I like the tempo that Keep Best Gaming is playing. They're picking up
as a damage dealer, but now as a roamer, it seems, is it Prio, Lapel?
I feel like it's only Prio because Cho is one of those heroes you can't make a mistake on. So if you're really, like, if you have 300 games on a Cho, yeah, Prio, definitely.
Okay, so these turrets, that splash gonna be they're going to be able to get rid of it before the Lord even spawns in, by the way, or actually charges in. So KBG have a very, very good road. Wawa going to go for the Spear of Misery onto Sigibum, forcing him back once again. They're going to go for the siege now. That's going to be a good Earth Shatter and an onward combo. LMU forcing pop into Netherrealm, but look at the base turret. Already taking very low in the back. Oh, it's a fracture for Saksa as the penalty zone knocks them down. A Spear of Destruction now pinning them down into the wall, but it's going to be a good taunt there, and it will take Wawa down. Kazoo, that damage is chunking him down, but he's still able to survive. 1-tier-1 up top taken down. They're going to go for mid lane as well, but now Sigibum wants to go for chase, has the Lycan Pounds, gets kicked back by Tracy. An amazing disengage as they pick a base turret off. Romer's Lord, Blast Insanity in the 1v3 with the Frogo Armor. Tracy's still able to Jeet Kune Do out of it. That additional range. Actually now, considering Sigibum in the 12th minute has finally gone the Milfic Roar, it looks tough for them to pull off this defense. They do have a Yeve, by the way, so let's see how they go at it on the siege. Tracy walking up again onto Kazoo, who's still able to go and disengage for a bit, but that's 2 tier 3s taken out, 2 base turrets taken out. KBG gonna go again. Tracy, oh my god! That's the way the Dragon bringing him back with the flicker. Spirit Destruction into the back line as well as he decides to go for it. No, just go straight for the base, and KBG win out game number 1.
KBG, man, coming up. Like I said, from the previous wildcard, they're like, you know what, we want to be #1. And we're jumping into the game.
Oh?
Match 2 between Entity 7 and Xeno Zenith.
It's confirmed, I think.
It's confirmed!
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We're into match number 2 in the Land of Dawn. Okay, hide on bush. So it seems, all right, yeah, everything's the same. No changes whatsoever. It's Marquinhos on the Esmeralda, but it's a quantum charge. Everyone goes into the front, can do some damage now with the dispersion and the rotation, forcing Shocker to flicker out to safety. An early win for Entity 7.
That's a very big early win. Now all they need is for a hide on bush to gank absolutely anyone, even get a kill onto Gennard.
James, you have to wait for a possible 3-way tie, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. But it already seems that in the bottom lane, Shocker unable to get level 4. Chan will be, though.
Hide on Bush is straight on a turtle.
Penalty zone, locking Hide on Bush down. Wants to go for the red tree, but it's a bit too early. Nart is the one who picks it up now, and that's going to be Hide on Bush taken down. Marquinhos trying to look for the trade with the falling star moon. That's going to be Joe with the Tempest of Blaze onto the back line. Chen able to flicker out on the knockup, but now the Eternal Guard catches him, and it's going to be Marquinhos gets taken very, very low, but is still able to walk away. Gets that Purify out.
Wasn't enough.
No, diversion up top. They spot Joe. They go straight onto him, and they burst him down before he can even go for the Tempest of Blades. Nart and Zippy safe up top.
Okay, so now I'm really looking at a team. The kill is insane. 1-to-1, Hide on Bush gets on Shocker.
Oh, Miss Strike goes through it. Even the Flicker Shocker. Flickers just doesn't go for the different angle. He walks straight into it, or blinks straight into it rather than the purple buff. This Ling might have to be a very patient Ling in the second minute of the game. Hide on Bush already on it. Now Nart able to get the offenders. That's going to be the Moonton Fury knocking him up as well. Retribution battle is going to be Joe completely decimated. The HP very, very low, but he's still able to get the purple buff. Like compounds by Zippy as Hehe rotates as well. Doesn't have the flicker. Goes for the penalty zone. Onto the Natalia. I'm guessing Hehe will be taken down. A bit of overextension from him.
So we saw Entity 7 starting a game with a mistake. They quickly woke up after that and started to play a bit macroly, but in a way that you really enforce your own mechanics. Using the diversion onto the top lane, getting the kill onto the jungler, onto Joe, and after that starts snowballing everywhere. Second Nart finds Erwin as well as Marquinhos. So far, they're feeling fine. Joe is trying to find for an opportunity to go for the turtle. This time, Hide on Bush. He needs to make the call. If he's not confident with his retribution, might as well go for a fight.
Bush will be starting off with that turtle. This is turtle number 2 of the game, the 4th minute. Still has retribution. Hehe will be able to take the aggro away from him. The team are setting up for it. Marquinhos will reveal himself, goes on to Joe, takes a bit of damage. Nart walking up, unoffended, not be able to connect right now. The Eternal Guard will be able to actually lock him down. Nart very low. Joe goes in, retro battle, and it's going to be Joe. Steals it with a Tempest of Blaze now, looking for the assassination of some of these members, but they are beefy boys. And it looks like for the Roger Zippy, with pinned down into the wall, goes in for the like and pounce out, chasing down, but Chan in the back line was able to find 3. Looking for that Maniac on the Zippy, the dispersion and the rotation. He needs to land a Zippy, gets out with the like and form, gets brought back though, very low again, is giving the chase down. Zippy still able to escape with just 1 HP. And Entity 7, they turn the tide of the game.
Has made some mistakes. With the KDA 5, 2, and 3, it looks amazing because of Chan as well as Erwin, where both of them have participated in 8 fights.
Diversion again, straight into Joe. Still able to pop the Tempest of Blaze now with the knockup as well. Zaimafin connects, and that's going to be the penalty zone in the back line, but Zippy isn't able to go for the Lycan Pounce. Now he does. Hide on Bush trying to get rid of Nart, but he gets the Donald Wolf King, and in the back it's going to be Zippy, who is forced back again. Now with the dispersion and the Spirit of Destruction, Fury connects it down, and in the mid lane they go, in between the base turret and the tier 2, taking the fight and taking a tier 2 turret. Now Hide on Bush already with a Rose Gold Meteor too. Let's see how they manage these waves, because early on, their wave management wasn't the best. Doesn't seem like it's going to be a 3-wave setup as well. Joe able to hold out in that top side of the map as well from that wave to shove into his base. Direct doesn't get Eternal Guard to knock Elwin up. The Lord does get a charge down into the mid lane, still doing some damage. Now it's going to be base turret number 1 taken down in the mid lane as they look to work on the bottom side as well. Xeno Zenith still able to clear out that Lord up in the mid lane. And Entity 7 will be able to siege down another base turret down below. 11 minutes in. And Entity 7 here, level 15. So many. I think the timer might be wrong, by the way, right? Enhanced already?
Either ways, Mirko, you know what? This is not a podcast. I do have to say, Marquinhos has been showing up with this Esmeralda. We had our doubts, but the Esmeralda is working very, very well as someone that goes to the back line. It's more of a disruptor. As a front line, as a disruptor, making it so that Zenith, their team fight formation is not clean.
Again, finding Zippy! Out of all members, having to play Zippy, still able to flicker out with the voice. Someone catches him in the back into the knockup. Fury kills with Joe, and Nart won't really be able to go for time. Offended tries to go for it onto Erwin. Now with Joe down. In the mid lane, like it counts, going through out the waves. Entity 7 can they actually go for the end here. The waves are still quite far away. Bottom lane will clash first, but Xeno Zenith can constantly go back and forth from the fountain. They get the resources back. Hide on Bush with the jump again. You can see that damage. Shaping with DHS, now falling Starmo as well. We'll get the Purify out of that Terrify. No big resources. Ends up just yet, but look at Fury staying objective up top, taking this base turret down. That's another massive advantage for Entity 7. They look for it again. Marquinhos just in front, already going for some damage. Eternal Guard as well. That's going to be Zippy finding the shot down. Fury very low as well. Now give Zippy with the like rounds again, but Fury gets the flask of the Oasis from the motivation roar. Trying to run away, goes and throws out the Spirit of Destruction, dodges from another, but Joe continues the chase to find a Defiant Blade. 2 for 1 in favor of Xeno Zenith.
That was a very good defense coming in from Xeno Zenith, and again, it is all because of Zippy able to get that lethality. The last one, Joe was able to get a kill for himself. Now the orange buff is available. It looks like Hide on Bush has something to say about that, but he is 1 against 3. Does he want to go for it? Narc takes a lot of damage.
Good sidestep into the knockup, and now it's going to be Minus Fury from Erwin. Oh my god, able to completely turn the tide of the team fight. Hide on Bush with the chase, picks up the double. Shocker secures a purple buff, and right into Chan he goes! Dispersion rotation, one last shot to Shocker. He gets it terrified down with a passive. Now Chan able to walk away from that penalty zone of Hehe. Chan still very low, looking to go for these waves though. These super mini waves pumping together. Erwin taking that knockup down. The Hehe, the dispersion and the rotation doing a whole lot of damage, and Chan might be able to get rid of Hehe now, as that's the final rotation to take him down. Shocker, one man versus the world. It's Erwin who's recalling in front of him. 2 tanks, 1 mage, and now it seems for Shocker, he won't be able to go for the defense. All the mini waves stacked up together. Entity 7 take down Xeno Zenith.
You know what? We had the conversation whether the Louis, and now we're jumping straight into game. It's going to be SDG going up against Xeno Zenith, where again, we're looking at a comp that has a lot of damage, going up against a comp that's trying to protect the president. I gotta say, this president is going to be hard to protect.
Very hard. They're the ones to actually evade away from a skirmish earlier. Goes to the purple buff, and he wasn't even able to get it. Now not even going for the invade. Joe will be able to pick up the purple buff. And the fact that the Fredrin is the same level, that's an explosion right into the shove back, but it's going to be caught by the wild charge on that barrier. First blood to begin, and now it's going to be Sikiboom who gets caught and gets taken out by Shocker.
Can I say that's not what you want to see if you're an S2G fan? Because this is the kind of game that, before that Hehe goes in and he gets begin. So overall, perfect trade for Xeno Zenith.
And there's nothing that they can do on the other side of the map. Zippy just spaces out and now clears up the wave.
And so a lot of damage is going to be held, and now he can actually deal with Sigabum because the shield is going to be lower, and the Natan is winning against the Haru.
Something you won't want to see. I'm offended right into the bat, but Begin gets a Mystic Gush as well. It's still going to be Joe surviving for a bit, but Kazoo gets him down, picks up the purple buff too. Xeno Zenith, it's 3-3, and interestingly enough, it's still S2G who hold on to the gold lead despite the 2 turtles.
We got to see where the lead is at, because I feel like it's on Lunar, and now Zippy is very, very low. They can get this kill.
No wild charge. Karo goes in, implosion to catch him down. Zippy able to escape the last turret shot, won't be able to take Karo down, and Begin looks for the kill under the turret, throws out the Mystic Projectile into the bush, doesn't find him. He's recalling all the way into tier 2, and it seems for S2G, they're trying to push the pace now in the bottom lane.
Sky Piercer now on the Nolan, but it looks like they have a different idea. They want some kind of power spike before they go in.
Damage placed down into Hehe, but still damage reduction with the passive there, able to escape. Meanwhile, loads of on-force there. I'm offended, able to bring Gnart in, but Implosion will be able to find it. Now it's going to be Begin who finds the kill, but okay, Shocker jumps with the wild charge, and now it's going to be the Implosion again. Oh, Ready, doing so much damage onto the back Lunar, forcing going for the flicker onto Hehe, but will still be able to survive with the Body Smith. And that's another win for Xeno Zenith around the turtle. That makes it 3 neutral objectives.
3 neutral objectives, and now ZP has 2 items. Right? All he's waiting for is the Holy Crystal. Once the Holy Crystal is built, it's going to be difficult for S2G.
In the mid lane to go and clear out the waves. And it does seem like for Xeno Zenith, they will utilize that resource being wasted in the mid lane by going for the Lord. You start that ticking time bomb now as the Lord gets stronger and stronger by the second. Joe still holding on to it. Nart getting chunked quite a bit as well. Karo looking for an angle to go in, but now Lunar gets shoved in. Nart going for the implosion as well. Connected on to it. Karo did not have the power of nature. That's a good wild charge to disengage now as Demon Force gets popped in, but Shocker steals the wild charge, and Sikiboom will still be able to purify out of that head. Force the flick around, and the Mystic Gush doesn't connect. Xeno Zenith back on the Lord, looking for this first Lord, and it should be an uncontested one unless Kazoo is able to go for the steal. He has the orange buff. He is 2 levels ahead. He's going to dash in forward. Nart able to knock him up and shove him back. Shocker dealing some damage back, and Nart will still be able to survive. Now Sikiboom goes in for single vision, and there's a Mon Force. Hehe going to be caught, but the Lord has been slain. Shocker dealing some damage. He goes in for the kite as well. Sikiboom very, very low. Joe walking up, going for the stab, but Sikiboom is still able to survive. Wildcard. These are the tournament, or actually the wildcard favorites.
Oh yeah, everyone was going for S2G, and perhaps that put a little bit too much pressure. Speaking of pressure, Xeno Zenith is not letting down the pressure. They made sure that they get the tier 2s of the bottom as well as the mid. So now all they have left is the inhibitors, and Kazoo is taking a lot of damage.
Still able to escape though. That was a retribution used by Joe, so at least they can play around with that. But the Enhanced Lord now charges down on that top side base turret. Hehe. Still has a penalty zone, can decide to go for it, just looking for the timing. They aren't really able to siege it down just yet. Even the minion there not able to go for the base turret in the mid lane. Does seem like with Begin, they have some solid wave clear to play with here, LaFell, but there's going to be another wave coming down on that top side. Still for Xeno Zenith, they'll play it very, very safe.
Yeah, it looks like they're not, because again, this is an elimination match. I feel like both teams are aware of the situation. Conceal being used by Karo. They see Joe, they go for it.
Wall charge flicker, Joe just gets out. It's a Fredrin. And now with him going out, it seems like he's going to be hit with the penalty zone and the flicker to lock Lunar down. Still has a flicker as well to get out. No, it's an implosion. On to do straight into the entropy, and they won't be able to really hold on to that damage. We mentioned it earlier. The frontliners, not even them could handle it, especially not Begin. And now Kazoo with a fracture desperately on the Joe and Nart. It's still the frontliners taking damage. Zippy is full HP, goes up to Entropy. A little bit of damage, no wall charge to play with. Goes straight for the base right now. His head tries to go for the angle, and now the shove will allow Zippy to go for the last few hits. That's a double kill as Xeno Zenith knock S2G out of the wild card.
And again, SG is one of the favorites. So again, if you guys are watching the wild card,